Measures of lines and angles. In the basic geometrical ideas, we have learnt about different shapes, and these shapes are made up of line segments. Say for example, this is a triangle made up of 3 line segments. In the same way, the square is made up of 4 line segments. Here, when we see some basic geometrical shapes, if we have a set of basic geometrical shapes, we can compare them just by looking at them. See, here are 2 quadrilaterals. We can compare these 2 quadrilaterals. Which one is bigger? Which one is smaller? So this is bigger. Here we are not measuring its length or width. Just by looking at it, we can easily find out which is smaller and which is bigger. In the same way, here we have 2 triangles. We can tell that there is some variation in their angles. They are not same. This we can identify just by looking at them. But in some instances, some cases where the variation is very less, if they are very close, see for example this square and this square looks almost same size, but there may be some variation. How do we find them? In such situations, to find out the difference when the figures are of very close values, we need to have an accurate measurement. Such cases, we can make use of some tools called as geometrical instruments, which we find in our compass boxes. We can use a scale or a divider to find out the exact length of a line segment. To measure the angles, we have a protractor. Protractor is an instrument which helps us to find out the angle of a triangle. We can even make a triangle with the required angle using protractor. Now, let us see how to measure a line segment with the help of a scale. Measuring a line segment. Here we have 2 line segments, segment AB and segment CD. Now we have to measure and find out which is bigger and which is smaller. So we can do the measurement in 3 ways. One is observation, and second one is using a tracing paper. And third one is using an instrument, geometrical instrument. So the first one, observation. So this observation may not be accurate. That means we may or may not be able to find out which is bigger or smaller just by observation. And second one is using a tracing paper. We can use a tracing paper to trace these line segments to find out which is bigger or smaller. And the third method is using an instrument. Geometrical instruments like a scale or a divider can be used to measure the length of a line segment. By measuring the exact length of the line segment, we will get an accurate answer. Now let us see how to do that. To compare 2 line segments accurately, we need the help of some instruments. We can use a scale or a ruler. This is a ruler or a scale. And even we can use a divider. So a scale is having a graduation of 15 centimeters marked on it. So this is a 15 centimeter scale. So on that we can find 0 to 15 numbers which represent a centimeter each. And each centimeter is divided into 10 divisions, and that 1 centimeter is equal to 10 divisions. So 1 division is equal to 1 millimeter, 1 mm. So here, if we wanted to find out the length of a line segment, by placing this ruler to that line segment, we can find out its exact length. Now let us find out the length of a line segment. Here is the line segment AB. So now we have placed our ruler, the 0 mark of the ruler matching with the first point of the line segment. So this is the starting point. Now see how many centimeters? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 centimeters. But the line segment is bigger than 4 centimeters and smaller than 5 centimeters. Now let us see the second point where it is matching. It is more than 4 and less than 5. So it's taking the half value. That is 4.5 centimeters. So 4.5, we write 4 centimeters plus 0.5 centimeters. or 5 millimeters. Now we can make 4.5 centimeters. So 4.5 centimeter is the exact accurate measurement of this line segment. Sometimes while measuring with a ruler, there may be certain errors due to the problem in the direction of vision. So to avoid this problem, we have another method to measure a line segment accurately, that is using a divider. Let us see how to do with a divider. Open the divider, place the end point of one of its arm at A, open it till the end point of the second arm is placed at B. Now lift the divider carefully without disturbing the opening of the divider. Place it on the ruler. Read the marks against each end point. Now we get the exact length of the line segment. Measure of an angle. So what are these angles? We see angles in different situations of our daily life. See here is a tree and it is the branch of a tree. So at this corner we find an angle. In the same way, here is the scissors. Here we find angle. This is a cake from which a part is cut. Here we find an angle. So here we observe one thing, that angles are formed between two line segments or two rays which arise or which start from a common point. So here these two rays are started from this point O. So here at this corner an angle is formed. This way angles are formed. Now let us see these pictures to get some more better idea about angles. Here we see a boy standing and keeping his hand in different positions. So let us look at the picture 1. In this case, the boy has kept both his hands closed, that is close to his body. So here the angle between his arm and his body is 0. The hand or the arm is not making any angle. So we call this as 0 degree angle. Whereas, look at the second picture. Here the boy has raised his hand a little bit high. Now here whatever the angle is made between his hand and his body, we find some angle. But this angle is less than 90 degrees angle, that is right angle. So it is less than 90 degrees. So we call this as acute angle. Now let us look at the next picture. Picture number 3. Here the boy has lifted his hand exactly matching with the right angle. So the hand is at 90 degrees straight. So this is 90 degrees angle. So this kind of angle is called as right angle. Now let us look at the next picture. This angle, the hand is raised above the right angle, but not at the straight angle. This is the straight angle, this is the right angle. So this angle is in between the right angle and the straight angle. So this angle is called as obtuse angle. Obtuse angle. And the last one. Here in the last picture, the boy has raised his hand completely up. You can draw a straight line. So this angle is called as straight angle. So here we see the boy, the same hand, but here the position of the hand as it is changing, even the type or the kind of angle is also changing. Here we can observe the change of angle at different positions. The protractor. Protractor is an instrument which helps to measure the angles exactly. That means with the help of a protractor, we will be able to draw an angle of desired measure. In the previous example, we have seen the boy and his hand. So there we found some angles that is based on the position. Just we got the name of the angle, but we don't know that exact measure of that angle. Now, using this geometrical instrument protractor, we will be able to measure the angles accurately. Now, let us see the types of angles and their measures. Zero angle, its measure is 0 degrees. Right angle, 90 degrees. Straight angle, 180 degrees. Complete angle, 360 degrees. So this is called complete angle. Acute angle, the angle that is between 0 degrees to 90 degrees is called acute angle, and obtuse angle is 90 degrees to 180 degrees. So the angle that lies between 90 degrees and 180 degrees is called obtuse angle. Now the reflex angle, the angle between 180 degrees to 360 degrees. So the angle which lies between this value is called reflex angle. So these are the different types of angles and their measures. Intersecting points. In our daily life, we see some intersecting lines like a crossroad, like an iron stand. Here we see two lines are meeting at a point. So two different lines or two different rays are intersecting one common point. Such lines are called as intersecting lines. These intersecting lines may form different kinds of angles. So this way they form the different kind of angles. Perpendicular lines. If two lines intersect each other at a right angle, we call that lines as perpendicular lines. Look at a cross. Here we find right angles. So these two straight lines are intersect each other at right angle. So these kind of lines are called perpendicular angles. Parallel lines. Sometimes we see some lines which do not intersect each other. If you see a railway track, there you find the two railway track, two rail bars, they travel along but they don't intersect. But both of them belong to the same plane. The two rays or two lines that belong to the same plane and that do not intersect are called parallel lines. So we learnt about intersecting lines, perpendicular lines and parallel lines.